So, first of all, I am very grateful to the Professor Agarwal because we are very much sure that whenever we require, he will be disposable first say no to someone. At the last moment, we requested myself and Seven both requested Dr. Agarwal, and we were very kind to say immediately, yes, sir, definitely, it is my attitude, I will come. So, on behalf of Samarpan family, now I welcome you in this conference, and I welcome all our resource person and chairperson. Madam, I already taken name. Now I remember all the names also. Dr. Goria from Vihan Sagar, Dr. Mukesh Sadhu, today he joined me on the way. Madam Dhaliwal, Dr. Jaydeepa, Dr. Naveen, Dr. Santosh, our chairperson, Dr. Madhu Susan Saab. I welcome everybody, and especially I also welcome on the dais the chairman of the Samarpan Group, Professor Dr. R.S. Dubey. This organization is the brainchild of Dr. Dubey, who started this organization in 2009. The name itself indicates Samarpan, that is full dedication to the nursing education. That is motto. And now this institute is also growing under the dynamic leadership of Dr. Deepti Shukla. So, personally, on behalf of the Samarpan family, I also welcome our principal. So, now I will request the chairman of the Samarpan Group, Dr. R. Dubey, to formally welcome our chief guest, Dr. Lokesh Agarwal. I don't regard this seniority, Agarwal Sahib, think that Dr. Dubey is guru, but here now it's a question different and Dr. Dubey is host, so अतिथि देवो भव इसलिए उस भावना वेलकम किया जाए। जैसा कि आप सभी जानते हैं कि आज का जो ये फर्स्ट नेशनल कॉन्फ्रेंस है रिसेंट एडवांसेज इन फॉरेंसिक नर्सिंग, we all know that forensic nursing is a fast emerging specialty in nursing. I need not to say much more because many experts are here. But as far as India is concerned, I don't know if I am correct or not. Even I think 5-6 years before this, forensic nursing was also not part of the nursing curricula, even in AIMS and SCP. Yes, sir. And even INC started only in 2001 in our courses. So this is still in infancy in India. And there is a large gap between the forensic nursing education, which is very much important in medical legal medicine, and the judiciary. So I'm sure after this forensic nursing science, once it is added in the graduate and principal living courses, this gap will be narrowed down. And today deliberation, I am sure that after the deliberation, they will come out with some recommendations regarding scopes, feasibility, ethical issues, legal issues, and the future directions of forensic nursing in our Indian setup. Because we have many experts and we all will be benefited with them. Because in a country like India, where there is different type of crimes, there is child abuse, there is sexual assault, even domestic violence, there are many things. And where we require this type of specialized registered nurses, that they should have the specialty in pharmacy nursing. How to collect evidence, how to take photographs for evidence, how to collect data, and how to implement the block. For all those things, the nurses need to be specialized in pharmacy nursing. And there are only one or two states like Punjab and Maharashtra where we have pharmacy nursing in Delhi. And now we were discussing with the chairman and our principal. And recently, I think 2-3 days when registrar UP medical faculty was here, Then we thought, and soon we are going to start the forensic nursing course in Samarkand Institute of Nursing and Paramedical Sciences. Because our principal had that language and she can do it. And now when we have the experts like Dr. Goria, Dr. Yadav, so I'm sure there will not be a problem to have this type of course in our institute, and they will provide all sort of support that I can take granted. With these words, again I welcome each and everybody present in this hall. There are also faculty and students from many other colleges. We have around 400, roughly 400 participants. Many are attending this through online because from other cities they cannot travel to Lucknow. So on behalf of Samarkand Group, I welcome each and everyone who are participating in this conference as a resource person, as a chairperson, or as a delegate. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Now I request founder of our Samarkand Group, respected chairman, sir, Dr. Haris Dubey. Sir, please grace the dais with your precious words.
आदरणीय प्रिय डॉक्टर प्रोफेसर लोकेश कुमार जी, उनके बारे में मैं जितना ही कम कहूँ तो अच्छा है। वो साथ में मेडिकल में काम किया है, एक साथ वर्क किया है, मेरे कोलीग्स थे। इनका स्वभाव खुद इनका परिचय है। कल एकाएक मुझे कहा गया कि जो हमारे जिसको हम लोग सोच रहे थे चीफ गेस्ट के लिए, तो उनकी अवेलेबिलिटी हो गई, कुछ उनकी पर्सनल प्रॉब्लम हो गई, आगरा चले गए वो। तो हमें नितिन का नाम याद आया और मैंने इनसे कहा कि भाई अगर समय हो तुम आ जाओ। तो उन्होंने कहा नहीं सर मैं बिल्कुल आऊंगा। और आपने देखा कि आज एक साथ मौजूद हैं। यही नहीं, इतना भी संकोच नहीं किया कि मैं कहा मैं गाड़ी भेजूंगा, नहीं साहब कोई जरूरत नहीं है, आवाज सवेरे का ड्राइवर नहीं है। ये भी नहीं कहे कि नहीं साहब ड्राइवर भेज दीजिए, खुद चला के आए हैं। ये इनकी शालीनता, दिस इज हिज ग्रेटनेस, वो कहना चाहूँ। तो बच्चों, रिश्ते ऐसे बनाए जाते हैं। इनका इंपॉर्टेंस ये होता है कि जो आपके साथ खड़े हुए, आज इनका पद काफी बड़ा है, हमारा संस्थान इनके अंडर में है। इसे बातें करने की तो नहीं है, लेकिन बात है तुमने कह दी। चलिए आगे बढ़ते हैं। डॉक्टर तिवारी, प्रिंसिपल जगदीप शुक्ला, डॉक्टर गौरिया, डॉक्टर यादव, ज्योति भारत जी और सभी लीडर्स में पहली बार परिचित हो रहा हूँ। मैं आप सबका तहे दिल से शुक्रिया अदा करता हूँ और आपका इस सिटी में पुनः अभिवादन करता हूँ, इस उम्मीद के साथ कि जैसा भी हमारे डायरेक्टर महोदय ने हमारी बातें कही हैं, बताई हैं, उसमें आप सबका सहयोग मुझे मिलता रहेगा। मैं ज्यादा कुछ नहीं कहना चाहता, बस इतना ही कहना चाहता हूँ कि ये संस्थान एक उद्देश्य बना है, एक समर्पण के डेडिकेशन बना हुआ है और हम आप सबका सहयोग मेरे द्वारा अपेक्षित है और आपको हमें सहयोग मिलता रहेगा। इन चंद शब्दों के साथ मैं अपनी बात समाप्त करता हूँ। धन्यवाद। अभी भी हमारे बीच में डॉक्टर राधा के प्रोफेसर और प्रिंसिपल एसजीएफ नर्सिंग कॉलेज पीजीआई लखनऊ से भी आई हैं, हम उनका भी स्वागत करते हैं। थैंक यू मैम फॉर कमिंग और जजाकिल्लाह। हमारे जितने स्पीकर्स हैं, हमारे चीफ गेस्ट, हमारे जितने स्पीकर्स हैं, हमारे जितने चेयरपर्सन हैं, उन्हें सबका एक बार धन्यवाद करते हुए और शुक्रिया अदा करते हुए उम्र का मैं उस पड़ाव को जहाँ मैं आप सबको आशीर्वाद दे सकता हूँ, उसको देते हुए ईश्वर से प्रार्थना करता हूँ कि आपका एक प्रोग्राम ये सफल हो। धन्यवाद।
you, sir, for your blessings. I request Dr. Lokesh Agarwal. Sir, please come on here. Speaks your word.
Respected Chairman Dr. R.S. Dubey, Director तिवारी जी, प्रिंसिपल नर्सिंग शुक्ला मैडम, आप लोगों को धन्यवाद कि आपने मुझे यहाँ पर एज अ चीफ गेस्ट बुलाया। दूसरी चीज, सर आपका जो कॉलेज है वो मेरे अंडर नहीं अटल बिहारी से एफिलिएटेड है। यहाँ अंडर तो कुछ है ही नहीं, हमारे साथ 300 कॉलेज जुड़े हुए हैं, नर्सिंग कॉलेज, सभी का काम हमें देखना है ना। मेरा काम एज अ चीफ एग्जामिनेशन कंट्रोलर है, मैं ज्यूरिस्प्रूडेंस से मेरा कोई लेना देना नहीं, टॉक्सिकोलॉजी से मुझे कोई जानकारी नहीं है। बहुत सारे लोग नेशनल आउटसाइड मतलब स्टेट से आए हुए हैं। अच्छा है, सौभाग्य हमारा कि हमारे यहाँ बाहर से फैकल्टी आ रही है, बंगाल से आ रही है, मौलाना से आ रही है, बड़ी अच्छी बात है। ज्यादा सर आए हैं, आप लोगों को बड़ी अच्छी अच्छी बातें सिखाएंगे। मेरा काम तो बेटा सिर्फ आप लोग जो करके आते हो उसको आईना दिखाना का है। देख ही रहे होगे आजकल, कोशिश करो कॉलेज का तो ऑब्वियसली यहाँ पे शायद अच्छी पढ़ाई होती है, रिजल्ट अकॉर्डिंगली आता है। बात अगर मैं एक ही मोटिव होता था, खाएंगे पिएंगे और खा जाएंगे। सिर्फ इसी बात का था, सुनने तो कोई नहीं जाता था, ठीक है। लेकिन आप सुधर जाओ, सीखो, क्योंकि किताबें हर कोई पढ़ता। अगर सब्जेक्ट की किताबों की बात करते हो सब पढ़, क्या फर्क है तुम में और अगर किसी के इंटरनेशनल नर्सिंग स्टूडेंट्स की बात की जाए, जो बच्चे यहाँ से बाहर जाते हैं उनमें क्या फर्क है? कुछ फर्क होगा। क्या फर्क? रिसर्च का फर्क। आप लोग जो पढ़ते हो उसके एप्लीकेशंस क्या हैं, एक्चुअली क्या हो रहा है, डिफरेंस कहां पर है, ये चीज देखोगे। जितना पेपर पब्लिशिंग में जाओगे, जितना अपनी फैकल्टीज का दिमाग खाओगे, उनको फ्री मत छोड़ो, वो फ्री छोड़ने लायक नहीं है। अगर वो पब्लिश नहीं करते उनके पीछे पड़ो, सर हमें पेपर पब्लिश करना है, आलतू फालतू नेम सेट नहीं करना है, अच्छे जर्नल में करना है। हम लोग कोशिश कर रहे हैं ई कंसोर्टिया डेवलप करने के लिए, जिससे कि each and every student will get an opportunity for all the journals available all over world. ओके, हम लोग कोशिश कर रहे हैं एमबेस से टाई अप करने के लिए, एल्सवेयर से टाई अप करने के लिए, जिससे कि आप लोगों को एसेस हो सभी तरह के जर्नल का। उसमें खर्चा बहुत आता है, कोशिश बहुत कर रहे हैं जल्दी से जल्दी अवेलेबल कराने की। अटल बिहारी यूनिवर्सिटी का डेवलपमेंट इसीलिए हुआ था, इसीलिए बनी थी कि मेडिकल का विकास हो, मेडिकल इंफॉर्मेशन, मेडिकल साइंस, मेडिकल नॉलेज का डेवलपमेंट हो और अक्रॉस उत्तर प्रदेश। तो कोशिश हमारी यही है, बहुत जल्दी करके भी दिखाएंगे। डॉक्टर संजीव मिश्रा सर, ऑनरेबल वाइस चांसलर, इस चीज में लगे हुए हैं। पूरी कोशिश है पूरे स्टेट में नर्सिंग एजुकेशन को डेवलपमेंट करने के लिए। इसी शब्दों के साथ खत्म करता हूँ। दूसरी चीज, एक और बात सर ने कही थी, उसका भी जवाब दूंगा। सर पद वद मेरा कोई बड़ा नहीं है, अभी भी आपका बच्चा ही हूँ, ठीक है।
Thank you, sir, for sharing your experience with us. So now it's time for high tea. I would like to request now I request Chairman sir, please honor with small token of appreciation to our chief guest. Sir, please. Thank you, sir. A big round of applause, please. So now it's time for the high tea. I would like to request our guests to move towards the venue. I request also volunteers just the right side of the auditorium, and all the students and other faculties requested to go the mess of Sinif. And I also request We will resume our session within 10 minutes, so please come fast. बच्चों को भी ना students also enjoy your tea in a mess of synapse. And volunteers, please guide the other college students. Okay, change, not mess, the ground. of the session. Ma'am, please come over the dais and occupy your honorable seat. I would like to request Dr. Madhusudan, Sir, Principal Government Nursing College, Jhansi. Sir, please come over the dais and occupy your honorable seat. Before the start the session, I request our Principal Ma'am, Dr. Deepti Shukla, kindly introduce our guest speaker and chairperson.
To the session. Welcome back to the session first. So today we have two personality on the dais. Dr. Jali Par, madam, she's a speaker for this session, and Dr. Madhusudan sir is a chairperson for this session. So first, I will like our speaker, Dr. Chairperson, Professor Madhusudan sir. So the background is Dr. Madhusudan has participated as a resource person, speakers, and so many national and international conferences. And sir has published so many international journals, and such as IJR, then Scholars Bulletin, and so many. Dr. Madhusudan has also published a textbook for GNM midwifery under Thakur publication as a textbook for the GNM in psychology and sociology. Additionally, sir is a guide for Madhya Pradesh Medical Science University, Jabalpur, and is a PhD coordinator for Chambal region of MP Medical Sciences University, Jabalpur and Research Center, and also in the JJT University, Rajasthan. Sir is also as an examiner for the PhD in DAVV University, Indore, and participated as a resource person there, also in the nursing services and management. And sir is a presented the topic of quality assurance in 2007 in the Madhya Pradesh. And the Dr. Madhusudan is a recognized guide for PhD in nursing in various universities and the member of the Board of Studies in Nursing of Jivaji University and MP University of Health Sciences, Jabalpur. Thank you so much, sir, for coming as a chairperson today. We welcome you. Next, we have our resource person, Dr. Jaideepa R. And Madam has a Bachelor in Science degree in nursing from KMCH College of Nursing, Coimbatore. She also has a postgraduate diploma in hospital management from Annamalai University in Chindamantra. Madam holds a Master of Science degree in Medical Nursing from Sri Ramakrishna Institute of Paramedical Sciences in Coimbatore. She further pursued MBA in Hospital Management from Bharati University in Coimbatore. Madam holds PhD Nursing from Sivasar University, Chennai. Dr. Jaideepa has extensive professional background in nursing, serving as a nursing tutor, lecturer, assistant professor, vice principal, and also the principal in IPC Nursing College, that is in West Bengal. She has also served as a guide for several PhD scholars in different universities, both in India and abroad. Dr. Jaideepa is a member of several professional organizations, including Sigma, Theta, EAU International Honor Society of Nursing, Trained Nurses Association of India, and Association of Nursing Executive in India. She has published several research articles and also authored a textbook on critical care nursing. Dr. Jaideepa R is currently working as a principal in IQ City Institute of Nursing Science, Durgapur, West Bengal. Madam, we welcome you as speaker and we are glad. Stage is all yours.
Good morning, I am all present here. First, let me thank the organizing committee and Dr. Goria for giving this opportunity to speak to you on feasibility, ethical, and legal implications of forensic nursing. Next, please. I hope you have some idea of forensic nursing. So without any introduction, we just directly go into the legal and ethical implications of. So let me tell you something, some introduction of forensic nursing. So it's a branch of nursing where you see nurses will be helping the forensic people to rule out or assess the cause of the violence and how to rule out. And it is more related with many fields like medicine, nursing, forensic science, and law. So this is how a forensic nursing work. It is like nursing. Forensic nursing is again a teamwork only. There are many team members who are involved in it. So today my content will go in these three aspects: feasibility, legal implications, and ethical implications. Next, please. To introduce a forensic nurse, if you see, a forensic nurse must be expert in all subjects, whatever you learn in nursing. So that will be applied when you do your practice, like basic knowledge on anatomy, physiology, biochemistry, pathology, chemistry. So all these knowledges along with a legal system is also important to work as a forensic nursing. So when you are a forensic nurse, it is ultimately means that you are expert in all fields whichever is associated with it. Next. Next. I would like to start with a quote by Virginia Lynch. So before we start forensic nursing, we should know who is Virginia Lynch. She is the founder of forensic nursing. Actually, when she was in a forensic department, there were many cases which did not win, even if there is something truth behind it. When she started inquiring, she found that many evidences are not handled properly, because in front of the court, evidence is must for the judgment. So when that is not managed in a proper way, and further proceedings will not happen. So this is what made her to think of a involvement of a professional person to handle, because nurses are the first contact person when any person comes to the healthcare setup. So at that time, how efficiently we manage the cases and how far you are able to collect, preserve evidence, that is matter. So when a person comes, immediately what will we do? We will clean the wound. We will change to hospital dress. So these procedures will damage the evidences. You should not waste time in collecting evidences, but still you have to. So this is what forensic nursing teaches us. Her experience on this made her thought, why can't this be a specialized aspect of nursing, so that people will be aware of? Because evidences you have to preserve at, you have to collect and preserve at the first method. After that, it is changed, it is manipulated, so it cannot be of use. So that is how this has come. So the quote from her says, there is no place on the earth, no culture, no country that cannot benefit from this science. So it is beneficial to everyone in this planet. So I wanted to start this session with a quote from Virginia Lynch, since she is the founder of forensic nursing. Before I go further, I would like to say that the person who started concept of forensic nursing, who spoke,
about forensic nursing in India is Dr. Rakesh Koria. We are really blessed to have him with us here. He started his first lecture in 2002. It's really 21 years of his effort. The subject has come to nursing syllabus now. It took this much time. We must really appreciate his patience in talking for this concept for these many years. Thank you, sir. Next one. So there is a beauty and excitement in an often dark and frightening place. So when we talk about forensic, it is always related with violence, crime. So like this only. But still there is some excitement in it. You are helping someone to get the judgment. So that is what the excitement which you feel at last. Next please. So we are going to the first aspect of this session, feasibility. Since we are short of time, I will move little fast. See the methods which we assess when any profession which is to be feasible, we have to assess in terms of role clarity, nature of setting, challenges, and assessment. So role clarity first, after you complete the course, what will be your role in the healthcare setup? How it will be? What type of designations will be given? So these are all yet to come. When we want to say it is feasible, there is a need. Need is identified now. Then the feasibility is assessed that process is going on now. So the role clarity is essential. After that, what designation, what type of role, what duties, what responsibilities and nurses will get in this setting. Then where, nature of setting, where will they work? Either in the hospital or in a legal system. There are so many areas where they can work. I think there is another session on people will deal with that. And there are challenges. Any profession which is new, definitely it will have challenges. And we have to do an in-depth assessment of how this can be implied into practice. Next, please. So the secrets of success of any profession. Professionalism is first. Already nursing is a profession. We all inculcate that from the very first. Empathy, it is always there in nursing. And nurses, already a nursing job is a risk-taking job only. There are so many day-to-day challenges we meet, and there are lots of risks also we are undergoing. So these skills will make the profession feasible. Next. I would like to say the consequences of including nurses in the forensic department. So this is classified into a positive consequence and negative consequences. So when you see at the end, there are more positive, very less negative. Next, please. So definitely there will be an improved performance in the department because already there are so many workload. I did not have that statistics here. Violence and crime rates are increasing day by day. There are so many pending cases. So which is requiring people to help to sort it out. Since a qualified persons are involved in this, therefore definitely there will be a better performance. Then better legality of nurses. Nurses already learn some legal aspects. So this will help. Next one. Calmness of the nurses. Nurses are having basically this is a natural quality of a nurse, a calm mind, because a calm, quiet mind only will take right decisions. And prevention of patients' rights violations. Since we learn the legal aspects, we know what are the patient's rights, and when it is violated, we can identify it early also. Then advancement comparable with developed countries. We know lots of developments have taken place in nursing profession in India. This will definitely help. Next. And the cost also will be reduced because instead of training a new person who is new to a healthcare profession, this will reduce the cost. And increases accuracy in speed in dealing with forensic cases. And this will increase the performance of legal medicine organization. And there will be some more employment opportunities for the nurses. Next. So these are all the positive consequences. Negative consequences will be a role conflict with existing people. Already there is some team existing. So how we will be fixing into that team? So that role conflict. And if many people are moved from there, already there are nurses shortage. So this will further lead to shortage of nurses. Then conflicts within organizations. These are all some of the negative consequences. So when we assess the positive and negative, always positive is more. Anyhow, it is feasible to have the forensic nursing in the existing departments. So next we move on to the legal aspects of. So forensic nursing and the law. Every nursing practice or medical practice is regulated by law. We know we work under the regulations. We have a scope of practice. We work within that limits. We know our rights. We know our responsibilities. So this practice is guided by the state or national law. For us, we have Indian Nursing Council Act. So under that only we are working. Otherwise, there are administrative rules, regulations which is set under which we actually work. So every registered professional nurse must be familiar with the Nurse Practice Act, which defines the scope and standards of practice. So after education, if we have to practice, we must know our scope of practice and standards of practice when we work within the limits set by the legal boundary. Next. So there are some legal laws which is applicable for forensic nursing. I am just putting that and its implications. So first is Criminal Law Amendment Act 2013, Section 357C. So this says public or private, any healthcare professional are obliged to provide treatment to a person. So denial to a treatment to a rape survivor is punishable under Section 166D with imprisonment and fine. So this is the law says. So we are obliged to provide treatment. Previous, please. So the components of comprehensive response, when you do it, so you have to what care we have to provide. Provide necessary medical support first. There must be uniform method of examination, especially in sexual assault cases. Then informed consent for examination, evidence collection, and informing police is must. Informed consent is a separate thing. I will deal with you in later slides. And we have to provide psychological support, maintain clear foolproof chain of custody of evidence, and referring to the appropriate agencies. Next, please. So what about patient confidentiality? So this is another component, legal aspect which we have to consider. Patient confidentiality may be breached when, because we know that we have to maintain confidential information. But sometimes it can be breached. It is permissible under law in case when there is abuse, neglect, infectious diseases, or when a threat exists or that person may harm other or injure other. In that cases, confidentiality can be breached. So you have to be keep informed of any changes. This is a policy now. As a nurse, when you practice, you must keep informed of any changes in the policies, regulations, whenever, whatever happens. Next. This is about informed consent. It is not new to us. Informed consent, we know very well. From the very first, we see informed consent. Many places, what happens? Just give a paper, take a signature. This is not informed consent. The word itself, it says you have to inform, make them understand. The person has to sign after understanding this. All their doubts to be clarified. It's not merely a format, it is a process. So you have to complete the process. Information is required. What the patient's responsibility, that is to be informed. Any adverse effects that will happen, that also have to be informed. So to make, there are some exceptions to get informed consent also. When there is hemorrhage, fire, motor vehicle accident, sudden violent behavior. In these cases, there is no need of informed consent. Next. So this consent for medical examination is mandatory. That acts under section 89 and 90 IPC when a victim is about 12 years. The child also should sign, parent also should sign in the informed consent. Whereas informed consent of treatment or any other medical procedures under section 87 and 92 IPC above 18 years, they can give their own consent. And if it is life-threatening, doctor may initiate treatment without consent as per section 92. Next. So how to improve the informed consent process? Maintaining rapport is essential. Discuss all treatment options. Decide how much information the patient. So sometimes too much explanations also will be serious. Discuss how the results will be communicated. Patient should not know if you give a blood for testing. They should know how will they collect the report, where will be it available, when will they get the report. So these are all some basic information a patient require. Keep record of referral, avoid making guarantees. Above all, documentation is very, very important because under the court, documents only will speak. So how to improve this process? You have to remember this ABC. Alternate therapies available has to be explained. Benefits of the proposed therapy to be explained. Common but not devastating risks to be explained. Devastating but not common risks to be explained. Any extra considerations, any specific requirements are there that is to be explained. And you have to observe the patient's facial expression, body language, and any other questions. So if you remember this process will be easy. In case of reference, if the patient is to be referred, as per law, the referral slip with the need must be issued. Why you want to refer the patient? The referral slip with the genuine need is mandatory. And you have to either call 108 or 102 ambulance service. That is also to be arranged by the healthcare facility. And we have to maintain call receipt register to be maintained, receipt record and intimate the further information. If other services are required, and there must be an attendee or call within a reasonable time frame. Health facility should maintain a list of counselors. So in case of referrals, these points to be maintained. In case of risk, if there is a risk, you can contact one-stop center or safety or security of the survivor or victim and contact the protection officer for ensuring safe keeping of the survivor or victim. And if in case of child or a minor, you have to contact the child welfare committee and you can contact the nearest police station also. Arrange bed facility, and if it is a girl or woman, in case this is a sensitive case, so as per section 376(2), the punishment for rape increases when a woman is suffering from mental or physical disability. Next, please. So what are the rights of the victim? So the right to attend criminal justice proceedings. Any victim has the right to attend his justice proceedings, right to apply for compensation, right to be heard during the criminal justice proceeding, right to be informed of proceedings and events in the criminal justice process, of legal rights and remedies and available services. So victim has the right to know all these things, and the right to protect for intimidation and harassment, right to restitution from offender, right to prompt return of personal property seized as evidence, right to a speedy trial, right to enforcement of these rights. So these are and right to. So these are all the rights of the victim. What are the rights of accused? Even accused has rights in our Indian Penal Code. As per this, the accused has the right to know the grounds of arrest under which the accused is arrested, right to have bail, right to be taken to the magistrate without delay, and right to free, fair, speedy trial, right to consult a legal practitioner, right to privacy and protection against unlawful searches, right to be present during trials, right to get copies of documents, right to cross-examine, right to appeal, and right to human treatment in prison. So these are all the rights of a accused. Then about documentation. So very important. We all learn in every aspect legal implications of maintaining a document. When it comes to forensic, it is very, very important. So this is the principal tool which speaks in front of the court. Medical records are legally accepted documents. And this defends against allegations of negligence, improper care and omission of, because everything is recorded. This ultimately protects our practice also. And accuracy is pursued if no evidence of fraud or tampering is there, because this has lots of principles to be followed in when you write a record. When there is an attempt to tamper, erase, overwriting, so then it will be invalid document. Evidence of tampering may result in record being ruled as inadmissible evidence in the court. So accurate documents reflects the patient care provided, because it is a record of document what had happened to the patient, and this identifies treatment and medications administered, and it is a record of communication which had happened between departments, and it is an evidence that the legal responsibility of the nurses are met. This demonstrates application of standard and scope of practice, rules, regulations governing the practice, and it reflects professional and ethical behavior. This provides data for research and quality improvement. So remember that there is nothing assumed in forensic. If you have done, chartered. If it is not chartered, it is not done. So anyhow, any incomplete record will lose the case. Next. This is about negligence. So if you see, negligence means failure to use such care as a reasonably prudent and careful person will use under similar circumstances. This is a most common legal charge which comes against nurses. Next. Breach of duty may be of three things: non-feasance, malfeasance, misfeasance. Non-feasance means you did nothing. Nothing you did. Malfeasance is right act you have done in a wrong way. Misfeasance is improper performance of a legal act. So in these ways, breach of duty can happen. Next. So what are the causes of negligence in forensic nursing? First foremost, very important is evidence. There only most of the time negligence can happen. Improper evidence identification, collection and preservation. So this is the first concept or part where negligence can happen. Then chain of custody, breaking the chain of custody, and lack of objective and complete documentation, failure to properly identify evidence, resulting in damage or loss of evidence. So these are all the areas where negligence can happen in forensic. And next is about expert witness. Expert witness by a healthcare professional is allowed. It is permissible. So they have to maintain expertise. When you give an expert witness, you have to maintain expertise in particular area what you talk about, and you should have ability to translate nursing knowledge into an expert legal opinion, broad knowledge of legal principles and communication skills, aware of limitations of scope and standards of practice. So before you present a testimony, you have to precise scientific facts and definitions. Specific standards of care must be addressed. Institutional based policies and procedures you must be aware of, and you must be aware of the chain of custody and how the evidence were identified and collected. You must be aware. Proper documentation is essential. Provision of medical care and treatment, care of deceased victim or perpetrator, appropriate pharmacology, pathology and anatomy knowledge is essential. Next please. So while testifying, the forensic nurse must present the testimony very clearly. Relate nursing, when you present, you have to relate your nursing education and practice, whatever your experience, whatever you gain through. And you must establish relationship between nursing practice and forensic science, and be familiar with the judicial system. Base a testimony on the reliability of accepted principles and methods. Base testimony on sufficient facts or data. Apply principles and methods to the facts, and expect the opposing attorney questioning your credentials. You have to expect that and you have to be prepared for it. And forensic nursing as a teacher to judge and the jury, you have to identify holistic aspects of the victim care, and you have to correlate injury with evidence collected. Carefully describe the medical terminology. You should know the pattern of injury, like abrasions, concussions. So why this happened, what may be the cause, how this could have happened, how the injury can happen. Say especially when you see hanging marks on the neck, how to assess, what type of skin changes will be there, what type of lesions will be. So these knowledge you must have. Next, please. And expert witness courtroom guidelines. So when you do this, you have to dress professionally, maintain even voice level, sit straight, look attentive, listen to each question carefully. Double negative questions may result in incorrect replies. You have to listen carefully, speak clearly and audibly, be honest and believable, answer questions with clarity, be concise. So these are all the courtroom guidelines. Next, please. And you have to use correct language. Don't answer immediately. Avoid non-verbal responses. Avoid use of slang or joking, sarcastic responses. Avoid use of incriminating words. Utilize written material when it is applicable. Maintain eye contact when questioned. And exude confidence. You have to present your testimony with confidence. Next. And forensic evidences which are accepted during trial include visual aids, video footage, still photographs, exhibits, audio recording, transcript of conversations, maps, handwriting, visit to the crime scene, fingerprint evidence, hair and fibers, computer evidence, DNA evidence. These are all the evidences which are accepted. Then about admission, discharge, referral, death of victim of violence. For any treatment, police requisition is not required. Even without that, the treatment can be started. But if a person comes without FIR for treatment and not willing to lodge a complaint, in such cases, doctor should inform the police, and informed refusal also must be taken in such cases. If a person don't want to lodge any complaint, but it is a witness of violence, then these rules are applicable. If a person comes with police requisition and wishes to lodge a complaint, later the MLC number to be issued to the police station. And no police person should be present during the examination of sexual assault cases. This is very important. All services to the sexual assault survivors should be done at free of cost. Examination of sexual violence shall be conducted by any registered medical practitioner as per section 164A. And it is not mandatory a gynecologist to do it. If not available, any medical practitioner can do it. And examination should be done by a female doctor only as per section 27(2) of POCSO Act 2012 in case victim of survivor of girl is below 18 years. So every possible effort must be taken to find a female doctor in such cases, but the treatment should not be delayed. A male doctor should conduct an examination with a female attendee only in case of a child in front of the parents. And in case of transgender, choice must be given to the victim from under whom they want to get it done. An examination doctor should not make any vague judgment on the assault committed against the victim. Ministry of Health and Family Welfare Guidelines on Sexual Violence 2014. First, initial resuscitation or first aid must be done. Informed consent for examination and evidence must be obtained. Detailed history must be taken. Medical examination to be done. Age estimation is required. If the patient is unconscious, then age estimation is required. Evidence collection as per protocol. Documentation. Packing, sealing and handing over the collected evidence. Treatment of injuries. Testing or prophylaxis for sexually transmitted infection, HIV, hepatitis B and pregnancy test to be done. And psychological support and counseling is required. Referral if needed. And facilitation for further support with helplines, child helpline or women helpline. And maintenance of MLC and reporting of MLC must be done. Next. So this is about some of the important legal aspects of forensic nursing. Next, we move on to the ethical aspects. So always legal and ethical are sometimes related, sometimes opposite to. So law is enforced. It is mandate. If you don't do, if you violate, it is punishable. Ethics is moral. What your heart says. What do you feel right? So this is what is. No one will punish you, but it is your conscience which will hurt you. So always there is a relationship between law and ethics. Next, please. So there are some ethics related to forensic nursing. Ethics apply tools to solve dilemmas based on personal or social values. So when you learn the ethical principles, this will help us to make decisions. And healthcare ethics are related to the law only. Ethics in forensic nursing practice should reflect the respect for person, beneficence, justice, respect for community or society, on the whole, caring. Next. There are some ethical issues which will arise in forensic nursing. See, because victims or perpetrators are labeled based on many factors, so that may have an influence on the nurses. But on that basis, we may react to them. Relationship with criminal activities and injured victims may reflect. It's not well. Exposure to the violent behavior of the perpetrator may result in unsound nursing decisions. Problems in developing a helping and caring relationship. Sympathy may prevail over empathy. Accept the concept of victim responsibility and accept the concept of perpetrator responsibility. Everyone will have their own judgments, rationales behind it. Sometimes that may have an impact on our decisions. And decisions need to consider immediate needs regarding treatment versus confinement. So that is also another dilemma. And privacy and confidentiality always varies in case of forensic. Next. There are some guidelines to establish rapport. So never say or do anything to suggest disbelief regarding the incident. We should not act in a judgmental way. Do not pass judgmental remarks or comments that might appear unsympathetic. Appreciate the survivor's strength coming to the hospital. Convey important messages like the survivor is not responsible for it had happened. Like emphasize that it is not a loss of honor, modesty, or chastity. Take help of a counselor if required. These are all the ethical principles we know under 4 major ethical principles: autonomy, non-maleficence, beneficence, and justice. Autonomy is respecting the wish and supporting the decision. Non-maleficence is obligation not to inflict harm. Beneficence is doing good. Justice is equal treatment for equal cases. So in these areas, dilemmas can happen. Dilemmas of non-autonomy, justice, fidelity, beneficence, and non-maleficence. Any ethical dilemmas can happen under these principles only. How to take ethical decisions? So the first, you have to keep in mind that the criteria are that should be best to the clinical practice. We are here to provide care. So based on that clinical practice guidelines, we have to take decisions. And it should be within the scope of practice only, should be within established policies and procedures. It should be legal. It should be the right moral action which is supposed to be taken. And IAFN, International Association of Forensic Nurses, Code of Ethics 2006, it says 5 basic ethical concepts: responsibility to the public and the environment, obligation to science, care of the profession, dedication to colleagues, fidelity to clients. So these are all the code of ethics which is given by IAFN. And other important things which is given are adhere to all applicable codes. If you are in India, we are subject to abide by the codes of ethical codes given by Indian Nursing Council. There are standards set by Indian Nursing Council. So for that, we have to abide by. Practice within the boundary, knowledge and skill update, no discrimination, disclose educational qualifications and credentials, maintain confidentiality, treat people with dignity and respect. Informed consent is very important. Informed consent is both legal aspect and ethical aspect. No sexual relationship with the clients. Safeguard health and safety of the clients. Disclose all fee of your service. Next. Respect clients' rights and self-development and self-direction. Respect clients' rights and choice. Function as supervisor to supervisees based on education, training, and competence. When dilemma occurs, feel free to consult and take decisions. Do not practice medical diagnosis without a valid license. Do not abandon or neglect a client anyway. Do not provide services that create conflict of interest. Do not offer or accept kickbacks, rebates, bonuses, and other remunerations. This will speak bad on us. So nursing process and ethical decisions. Nursing process, something is very interesting. You can apply this to anything in the world. Everywhere, this nursing process helps to take decisions. So under the assessment, you will have to gather facts, examine the chart, talk to the patient, assess the decision makers and value clarifications. In planning stage, you can identify the types of moral dilemma which is addressed, outline what actions you will take, develop and prioritize ethical goals or objectives, define ethical obligations and principles which are involved in that particular thing. While implementing, formulate an ethical goal, identify the action which is most suitable to solve, decide if the action has any moral or legal implications, implement the action. Evaluation, assess if the ethical goal is achieved or not, determine the desired goal created any new ethical dilemma or not, re-evaluate, assess and go further. Next please. So there are some steps in ethical decision making. First, we have to identify the problem, apply the code of ethics, determine the nature and dimensions of the dilemma, generate potential course of action, select and evaluate the course of action and see its effect. So this is ABC of forensic nursing given by McCracken. This will help you to take ethical decisions. Assessment of victim. Bridge the gap. That means liaison with outside agencies like law enforcement and the medical examiner. Chain of custody. You should be aware of the chain of custody. Documentation. Evidence. Families. You have to keep the families informed. You have to going to the court. Hospital policies. You have to understand. Index of suspicion. So these are all the ABCs which will help you to take right ethical decisions. So to conclude, I wanted to quote another quote from Edmund Lockhart. This is a basic principle in forensic nursing. Something is always left behind. Everything leaves a trace. On that principles only forensic works. Anything, whichever happens, that leaves trace. Our duty is to identify it, present it for the proper judgment of. So this is how a forensic nurse has to work, and within the time, whatever I wanted to present, I have shared under these concepts, feasibility, legal and ethical aspects of forensic nursing. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Now I request Madhusudan sir, so please sir conclude the topic.
Thank you, ma'am. You have presented the topic very well. Madam has dealt with various points about feasibility, how forensic nursing can come up. She has also dealt with so many laws and legal section, and then ethical consideration to be kept in mind while taking up this course. We were all aware about the things which Madam has dealt with. We were doing everything, but we were not aware about that something can come up as a career in nursing, as forensic nursing. We have heard of forensic medicine, but the things are there. Like you assess the patient keenly, you maintain the record, you maintain privacy, you do everything. But the opportunity was not there for us. So, thank you, Samarpan Institute. Thank you, Madam Deepthi, to give us a ray and new direction to our new generation to have a new era of nursing in forensic nursing. Thank you. Any questions anybody would like to ask?
Anyone having any question? So thank you, ma'am, for sharing our insightful knowledge with us. The session was full of passion and valuable information for us, obviously, for the students also. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir. So moving ahead, now let us have a pleasure of listening to our honorable and guest speaker, Dr. Mukesh Yadav. Sir is principal of Government Medical College, Panda, UP. Sir, please come up on stage and have a honorable seat. The topic for this session is mode of services delivery in forensic nursing practices. I would like to request Dr. Radha K as a chairperson for the session. Ma'am is Professor and Principal, College of Nursing, SGTGI, Lucknow. I request Dr. Navina J.H., Vice Principal, Government College, Kanpur, UP. Sir, please come over to us and introduce our both speaker and chairperson.
Good afternoon, Samarpan. कैसे हो आप लोग? Are you understanding the conference? Okay, very good. First of all, I would like to know the forensic nursing is a new concept, as not that much new that everybody knows about this one. So when by the end of today, by 5 p.m., so you will be old for this topic. That much I can give you the guarantee. So God Almighty, I congratulate the whole management of Samarpan Institute of Nursing Science for organizing the conference workshops back to back and spreading the knowledge all over the UP and India. So Dr. Dubey sir and Dr. Preeti Shukla madam and all the respected dignitaries on the dais, of the dais, and College of Nursing, Samarpan Institute students and other College of Nursing students whomever come over here to make the work program grand success. Today's my duty is to introduce our dignitaries. First of all, I would like to introduce chairperson of this session, Dr. Radha K. Professor cum Principal, College of Nursing, SGPG IMS, Raebareli Road, Lucknow. Dr. Radha K. is an experienced nurse and educator with over 22 years of teaching experience. She received a PhD in nursing from Rajiv Gandhi University, Karnataka, where she worked in collaboration with the INC consortium, WHO, and NIMHANS. Prior to that, she earned her MPhil in nursing from Anipal University, Karnataka, and her MSc in nursing from Adi Parashakti College of Nursing, Tamil Nadu. Dr. Radha K also holds an MSc in psychology from Madras University and a BSc in nursing from Padmavati College of Nursing, Tamil Nadu. Throughout her career, she has attended over 35 conferences and workshops, presented numerous papers, and published over 25 articles in national and international journals. In addition, Dr. Radha K is a member of several professional organizations, including TNAI, Nurse Research Society of India, Society of Midwives, SOMI. She has also participated in various training programs, attended CNEs, and completed online courses and virtual learning experiences. Dr. Radha K is a national editorial member of more than 10 national and international journals. Madam received academic proficiency award from Dr. MGR Medical University, Tamil Nadu in 1999. Madam is having many things, but Madam told cut short my resume. So I'm just sitting here. So I am heartily congratulating you, Madam, and thanks for coming to today's program. So a round of applause for Radha K, Madam, for the chairperson. So I also hold the duty to introduce today's attraction and the speaker, where you can say, Sir, Professor Dr. Mukesh Yadav. Previously, he was working as a principal in Rani Durgavati Medical College, Banda. Currently working as a newly appointed additional director in medical education, Lucknow. And Sir was the president of Indian Academy of Forensic Medicine. It is a largest national body in medical fraternity. Sir completed his BSc nursing from from Lucknow University, UP. He has completed his medical education, that is MBBS and MD Forensic Medicine from GSVM Medical College, Kanpur, UP. Thank you, sir. Now I am also a part of GSVM Nursing College. Due to his academic inclination, completed LLB from Jammu University, PGDHR from Postgraduate Diploma in Human Rights from Indian Institute of Human Rights, New Delhi. Sir has completed MBA, that is in Hospital Care Administration, secured first division from Faculty of Management Studies, Delhi University. He has also done PGDHOQM, Postgraduate Diploma in Health Operations and Quality Management from Academy of Hospital Administration, AHA, Noida, UP, India. And he is having more than 26 years of experience in medical education. Previously worked as principal NC Medical College, Panipat, Haryana from 7 September 16 to 18. Worked as a professor and HOD Department of Forensic Medicine and Toxicology at KT Medical College, Mathura, UP since 16 to September 16. Worked as a professor and head of Department of Forensic Medicine and Toxicology at FH Medical College, Tundla, Ferozabad, UP from 15 to 16. Worked as a professor and head Department of Forensic Medicine and Toxicology at TMMC and R Moradabad, UP, Rama Medical College, Apur, UP. Dr. Mukesh Yadav, ex-principal, Dean, Director, Professor, Department of Forensic Medicine and Toxicology at Siddhant School of Medical Science and Hospital, Mainpuri, UP, a new upcoming medical college. Dr. Mukesh Yadav worked as a professor and head of Department of Forensic Medicine Toxicology at TMMC and R Moradabad, UP since 15 to 15. Dr. Mukesh Yadav worked as a professor and head Department of Forensic Medicine Toxicology at School of Medical Science Research, Sharda University, Greater Noida. He is having more than 20 years of experience in various private and government colleges. He is elected as the editor of Journal of Indian Academy of Forensic Medicine for last 7 years and working hard for timely publication of JIA-FM and instrumental in achieving an internal standard and inclusion in various national and international indexing and database agencies. He has more than 400 publications. Give him a round of applause. 400 publications, just students, not an easy task. And we know that bringing one quality paper requires a lot of energy, a lot of time. So 400 papers is a big task in various national, international journals. To his credit, he has contributed many chapters in many leading books published by Indian authors and reviewed guest lecture. And also, I would like to say that Sir uh, joined as a DGMM from in DGME UP recently. Sir was telling just 3 days. And so congratulations for getting a new post there, sir. And if we say about sir, many things are there. Just I googled in Research Scholar and Research Gate. Is his papers are read by 3 lakhs people. More than 3 lakhs people to read his paper and his H index. I think some BSc nursing students may not follow the H index, I index. So maybe MSc students, H index is 7 and more than 93% is on ResearchGate. And so we are very much fortunate to have you, sir, whom other than you can tell nicely and good with a mode of services delivery in forensic nursing practices. So I welcome sir for presenting the session and thank you so much for providing me this opportunity.
A very good afternoon to all sitting in this auditorium. And thanks for nice introduction. Thanks to my chairperson. I am before you only due to 2 persons. One of them is none but the Dr. R.K. Goria, who is my colleague, and he was my predecessor in Indian Academy of Forensic Medicine. He was editor. I am following his footsteps. He was editor. Later on, I become the editor of Indian Academy of Forensic Journal. He became president of Indian Academy of Forensic Medicine. Recently, we organized a national conference in SGPGI Lucknow last year, Golden Jubilee year of our association, where I was elected for next 3 years as a national president of Indian Academy of Forensic Medicine. Next person, which later on I come to know, Deepti. We worked together in FH Medical College, however, for a very short duration, but that interaction was more than enough. I found in her a leadership and teamwork, and she was also connected with me when even moving to Subharti, and later on he was following almost all publication which I share on different media. Another important thing as per my topic, faculty sitting here of nursing colleges and the young nursing student, especially BSc nursing student. Next, please. Topic, obviously, theme is very important, very well chosen. Right time to choose and introduce forensic nursing, at least in UP. I am hopeful and very confident that Samarpan will be the pioneer in starting MSc in forensic nursing, and for which management and Deepti deserve a big round of applause. Next, please. The topic allotted to me, mode of service delivery in forensic nursing practices. So my previous speaker make my job very easy by just at least sensitizing you about law and ethics. Next, please. So just go through this a diagrammatic representation. There is overlapping of many things. Again, forensic is not new for India. Since 80s, this department in medical colleges started for MBBS teaching and post-graduation. Why I want to discuss about this? Because that will motivate you. I am seeing many BSc nursing students, they are going to opt for forensic nursing in future. Because in 1994, when I completed my MBBS in GSB Medical College, Kanpur, the forensic medicine department was very small department. Only 2 faculty were there. And at that time, All India examination for PG entrance CPMT was conducted. I qualified and working for almost 2 or 3 years with surgeons and anesthetists. I found difficulty in practice. What was that? I worked with Professor Surgery and his wife, Professor of Anesthesiology. What I found is the patient who are coming to doctors, there is a diagnosis, definite diagnosis. There is a definite treatment to cure that patient. The problem which whole India, especially UP, is facing, poverty. Patient is not having paying capacity. He cannot go for the investigation. He cannot purchase the medicine. He cannot pay for the operation. So in spite of everything available in India, even Kanpur, I am feeling frustrated. What to do, how to cure these patients? Because when you see the literal meaning of the word patient, it is your client. It is not an ordinary client as in other businesses. Your profession, nursing as well as medical, is a noble profession. That is why we are treated as God and demigod. Similarly, nursing. Without nursing, which is the backbone of medical education, healthcare, doctor cannot succeed by giving the outcome. So ultimately, asking money from the patient for treatment is a very difficult task, at least for me as a human being. And to how many patients you can pay from your pocket? Those professors, both, they are trying to waive off many things, but how many? So ultimately, I decided I should not be practitioner. I should be in teaching and trying to make improvement in the medical education as well as in the nursing education. And at that time in 1998, when I completed my MD, so before 20 years, nobody opted for the MD pharmacy. जो आपके समय भी इस समय इट मे बी ए क्वेश्चन इन योर माइंड, ये न्यू सब्जेक्ट है, हम क्या करेंगे, व्हाट आर द वेज वेयर यू विल वर्क. So if those who are having leadership quality, those who want to do something for nursing profession, those who want to do something from India, especially UP, because I work in almost all the part of the India. So wherever I am working, I am listening few statements which are very touching to my heart. UP, Bihar wale to aise. That gives a pain to me, and that is why I acquired so much degree to prove that no, UP and Bihar is not like that. We have not given the opportunity to prove ourselves. So that is again a challenge for you. Those who are challenging, accepting that challenge, they will be obviously leader. So forensic medicine के बाद I am finding something is missing. Why that was missing? Because these things are important. Those who want to start these courses, I qualified All India examination. I have been chosen by choice forensic medicine MD, and at that time I think KGMC, Kanpur, and Allahabad, and two central institute BHU and AMU, they are having one seat of MD forensic. So I have opted for the Kanpur. And there was, when I joined, my HOD, when I interacted, he said, देख लो यही चार दीवार, यही है कैरियर हमारा. He tried to discourage me because at that time I was the president of the whole UP Junior Doctor Association. I was the instrumental in starting this competition because at that time very few PG seats are there and only teachers candidate, those who are my teachers, their son and daughter, they are getting marks in MBBS, and based upon MBBS they are getting PG. We have quite lot of rallies and protests in Lucknow itself, and then ultimately government started that all India competition, and when the results come, we student like me, they were in the position, and those who were the teachers, those are topper in the MBBS, they were nowhere. So this is how hard work and your courage and your leadership innovation brought you to this position. And again, I just to give motivation to you. I have left 2 times UP government jobs. One from this associate professor post, again selected from UP Public Service Commission, appointed at the BRD Medical College, Gorakhpur. But at that time, I have been given promotion for the post of professor. So you have to take a proper decision at right time. Then only you will reach to the top of the position if you want to make any change in your profession, your country, your life, your fellow man's life. And when I appeared for the interview for the principal, there were 32 candidates, and all of them were from medical college, government medical college of UP. Either they are in given ad hoc charges, or they were my teacher at that time in Kanpur. I was the only candidate from the private sector. At that time, I was working as a principal of NC Medical College, Panipat. And when the interview happened, and everybody was saying, private वाले को कौन लेगा? मैं भी दीप्ति जी से यही कह रहा था कि आपने अभी आरएमएल का इंटरव्यू हुआ 2 दिन पहले प्रिंसिपल का, मैं बोर्ड में था उसमें, आपने क्यों नहीं अप्लाई किया? क्योंकि मुझे पता है पोटेंशियल इनका. पर अगेन those problems, biasness, discrimination, everything is happening, but you have to come out of that by just your firm determination. तो जब इंटरव्यू हुआ तो सारे टीचर, मुझे भी था कि भाई इन लोगों के आगे मुझे क्यों लिया जाएगा, 2 पोस्ट थी. When the interview happened, it was almost 1 hour interview, and most of the board members were AIMS and PGI Chandigarh, etc., etc. And the most of the time interview for the principal is supposed to be on administrative and legal aspect, where my legal knowledge come into picture. And this MBA hospital care administration, it was itself a story, because I joined in FMS at this Delhi campus, which was the pioneer in starting MBA in hospital care administration evening classes. So again, since if I start telling about me, this topic will be missed. So when the result come, interview board said, I have never seen this clarity of law and administration with any candidate in their whole career. They given me real time scenario. If this will happen, what we will do? I given actually what I learned in my LLB or in my MBA. Because when I started my career as a teacher in the Jammu. Imagine, I was working UP, born and brought up in Lucknow, and started career in Jammu as a teacher because I want to be in teaching. And at that time, militancy was at peak, and only 2 medical colleges was in north. One is Johnny Grant in Dehradun, and another was Acharya C. Chandra College of Medical Sciences, Jammu. I did their LLB. Why? Because when I applied for the Union Public Service Commission central government post, somebody complained that his degree is not recognized by the Medical Council of India. That is why I am saying the starting course is something different. Getting recognition and approval from all competent authority is a totally different. And imagine, मैं गवर्नमेंट कॉलेज से मेरे ब्रोशर जो मुझे दिया था इसी जवाहर भवन में जहां आज मैं डायरेक्टर बन के आया हूं, आई एम श्योर आई विल बिकम डायरेक्टर जनरल मेडिकल एजुकेशन विद इन फ्यू टाइम. दिस इज माय. और उस ब्रोशर में लिखा था इट इज रिकॉग्नाइज डिग्री. In 2004, I am working as assistant professor, got promotion of associate. Every year, NMC comes to Medical Council of India, getting inspection done, checking my degree, experience, and giving permission to that medical college. And suddenly I received this letter, your degree is not recognized. At that time, I decided for LLB, and I completed that my LLB. And also used right to information for the first time. At that time, RTI 2005 was not there. Only Delhi state has applicable. And I received reply from the MCI, yes, your degree is not recognized. This was a shocking for me. Imagine from those who are working in the private, कि आपकी डिग्री रिकॉग्नाइज ना हो. That means management कभी भी आपको निकाल सकता है. You have your whole family. What to do? The mental trauma suffered by me. I started inquiring everywhere. Ultimately, I found KGMC, which was the pioneer in starting the MD forensic medicine since 1953, is not recognized. Degree of AMU, Central Institute, not recognized. Not only that, Punjab ke maximum colleges ki degree not recognized. Then Delhi, University College of Medical Sciences, MD is not recognized. And for your surprise, most of the Director General Medical Education and Principal were from MD Forensic. But nobody taken care of this aspect. कि recognition का मतलब क्या? इसके लिए again you have to go to the आपके syllabus में है ये forensic nursing में introduction of Constitution of India. तो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ऑफ इंडिया में ये सब चीजें मेंशन है, स्पेशली आर्टिकल 21 विच इज रिलेटेड टू लाइफ एंड लिबर्टी. जब भी जजमेंट आते हैं सुप्रीम कोर्ट के, हाई कोर्ट के, तो इसी को मेंशन किया जाता है और वो फेवर में पेशेंट के या आपके फेवर में दिया जाता है. अभी राजस्थान ने देखिए राइट टू हेल्थ एक्ट लेके आए हैं. इट विल बी रियलिटी इन यूपी आल्सो. विदाउट दैट वी कैन नॉट बिकम ए डेवलप्ड नेशन. Because for developed nation, you have to improve your human development index. Human development index, when come to the figure, this is first maternal mortality rate, infant mortality rate, life expectancy, literacy rate, and they are not possible by without improving the medical education or healthcare sector, especially nursing sector, because doctors are in shortage, they have less time, patient number is both. So your services, without your support, because in medical college especially, teamwork is there, unit system is there. Unit is head by professor or head associate, then assistant, then senior resident, GR, intern, and finally nursing staff. So whatever doctor written, if it is not executed, not communicated to the patient, ultimately outcome will not be good. The satisfaction of patient is very important. Even if after the good outcome, patient is cured, he is not having a good experience with interaction, especially nursing staff which are mostly available with the patient. डॉक्टर तो राउंड आया लेके चला गया आपको, और ज्यादातर गवर्नमेंट में क्या होता है, नर्सेस का कम्युनिकेशन स्किल is not good. They are treating patient like we cannot use that, but those who have get admission as a patient, you will feel that. So that is again important, communication skill. In NMC has introduced a whole module by the name of ATCOM. इसको मूव करते रहो, नहीं तो ये ऑर्गेनाइज हो जाएगा। तो ये सारी चीजों की नॉलेज जो है फॉरेंसिक नर्सिंग को चाहिए, नॉट उस लेवल की, लेकिन एटलीस्ट बेसिक इन बीएससी नर्सिंग, और ऑब्वियसली इन एमएससी नर्सिंग यू नीड द सेम नॉलेज व्हिच ए फॉरेंसिक मेडिसिन एक्सपर्ट डॉक्टर सपोज्ड टू हैव। सो फ्रॉम अगेन So starting that, you have to do that homework. Ultimately, I have filed a public interest litigation in the Supreme Court of India by collecting the whole data of the whole country. I have written 3 or 5 papers on this problem of recognition of degree. Who is at fault? आप search करेंगे आपको मिलेगा. And I was instrumental in getting recognition of all degrees retrospective from the date they have been started, even in PGMC, and वहां से I have become a known person to all those who are facing this problem of recognition of degree. So एक चीज का आपने start किया और आपने work किया, ultimately you will get recognition, you become the brand in that. So just by going the definition, although it is not a standard definition, who is forensic nurse? Supposed to be have knowledge, skill and attitude. The last word is very important. You can get knowledge by just going through the theory, maybe at your home, by just internet. Skill is not possible by practicing that knowledge repeatedly. So you have to practice, and where you have to practice? Obviously in ward on the patient. Now skill lab simulations are available, but at that time they are not available. Ultimately, skill lab is just giving you a sensitization. You have to ultimately do that same thing on the patient, live patient. I will share some of the news items, which again important, where you will work, what are your venues. So attitude is the next point. If you are not having attitude of law, you are not having respect for the law, again the whole purpose of forensic nursing will be defeated, because in forensic medicine KGMC में मेरा जहां मैंने ज्वाइन किया है बांदा में एज ए रेगुलर प्रिंसिपल, कोई डॉक्टर ज्वाइन करना नहीं चाहता था, पिछड़ा क्षेत्र है, पर मेडिकल कॉलेज बहुत अच्छा. आई एम गिविंग चैलेंज those who have opportunity to visit my medical college, it is one of the best. Or I made that deserted place into a beautiful, lush green campus, which is looking like a resort. Those who are getting opportunity, please visit my campus. And in that medical college, first thing which I did, I shifted the whole mortuary, postmortem now hota hai, district hospital ko hota tha, in my medical college, because it is the requirement of the Medical Council of India, and I applied for the MD Forensic Medicine, and I got first attempt 3 MD seats. In KGMC 1 seat. RML is still not having any MD seat. So this is where there is a will, there is a. So I am again emphasizing DPG and this management. You should become pioneer in starting the forensic nursing in this college. I will help at every step. So this is again important for you. Again, where you can work emergency room or what is called casualty. Now NMC has made mandatory for every medical college to have emergency department of 30 bed, which now UP government increased to 60 bed. Every medical college, government or private, so where your services will be needed more. Because most of the time, these are the medical legal cases which are coming to the hospital casualty department, and due to lack of legal knowledge or due to fear of law, these patients either not attended in time or they have been refused or referred to the government. So that means the hospital is losing revenue if they are able to attend those patients. And what is the fear? Fear of law, and that is why this forensic medicine. So critical care is another area. ICU, high dependency unit, intensive care unit, comprehensive cardiac care unit, PICU, NICU, sick for care unit. These are the areas where your services are most required. Then issues related to women health and child health. Very many NGOs, non-government organizations, they are working for welfare of this child. Even many newborn, they are abandoned. They have been thrown in the open, and they went either through the police, ultimately come to the medical college. I have actual experience of these cases, and nobody knows what to do with these child. The country which is not caring for their child cannot become developed. Similarly, the country who is not caring for 50% of the women population, they cannot claim to be developed. That is why government of UP started women empowerment as well as Mission Nirmaya, more concentrating on nursing education rather than on the medical college. And we are able to start nursing college in all the government medical colleges. Another opportunity for you to do your PG or BSc nursing to your colleague or your person who are seeking advice where to get these admission, because their fees is obviously less, infrastructure is good. Since I have started in my medical college, Banda, with 60 seats, which was less in old medical. So your career is very bright, provided you have to opt, you have that attitude of devotion, sacrifice, and do something new. Because without law and order improvement, it is not possible to feel yourself secure, especially women. There are n number of law institutes enacted by the parliament or the state legislature, but they have not been implemented. Conviction rate is very low. Dr. had referred in that speech to conviction. If there is no conviction, why there is a deterrence for the criminal? Number of rape cases after Nirbhaya supposed to be decreased by increasing punishment, which is life imprisonment, and in some cases it is a capital punishment. But do you think after 16 number of rape cases decrease? When you go through the NCRB report, they have increased. Why? Because again, long time taken in disposal of cases, and the outcome is again 20 or 30%. So that is why UP में जो है law and order important, and then law and order is a part of criminal justice system, and in criminal justice system role of forensic nurses is very, because doctor not coming forward, उनको तो पैसा और मरीज इसके अलावा कुछ नहीं दिखता है. मैं पर्सनली एडमिट कर रहा हूँ being a doctor, but that gap can be filled by the nursing. Next, please. So these are the areas where you can work. So these are the three areas where your services are needed. Application of the nursing related science to public or legal proceeding. So you should have fair knowledge of the what are the evidence, what are the different institutes. Say for example, Indian Penal Code, Indian Evidence Act, Criminal Procedure Code, Civil Procedure Code, law of tort, not of that level which is required for the advocate, but at least you have some fair knowledge. Then only you are able to do justice to this branch. Because collection of evidence and then preservation as per law, maintaining the chain of custody. If defeated, again conviction will be, because in India or in most of the world country, the legal philosophy is 99% accused may go scot free, but one innocent may not be punished. अच्छा भी है, गलत भी है और सही भी है. तो उसका बेनिफिट ऑफ डाउट हमेशा एक्यूज को मिलता है और पनिशमेंट नहीं. तो अगर हम साइंटिफिक इन्वेस्टिगेशन करें with the help of forensic nursing in the supervision of doctor or forensic scientist, definitely there will be improvement in the criminal justice system. You will have faith in the law and the judges. Judges are feeling helpless. They are not able to read even your writing in postmortem report or medical legal injury report. Recently, High Court has given direction. Every report should be computerized. I think documents ke baare mein previous speaker has mentioned a lot of things. I have done a research study on consumer code, medical negligence, which is again related to your profession and medical profession. Since 2000, I have all the data of district consumer court, state consumer court, national consumer court, Supreme Court and High Court. And I found there is an increasing trend of negligence against the medical professional, including hospital management. Because there are two doctrines which are important. One is vicarious liability, another is joint and several liability. Under vicarious liability, management or administrator, they will be responsible if anything happened to the patient, or if it is new doctrine, joint and several liability. Suppose nursing staff which is qualified enough, their job description has mentioned if this is your duty. Doctor has written everything right, but the execution has not been done, or you have executed but not documented. And something happened to patient, and that in consumer court especially, your patient report gone to the judges or those who are presiding. And if it is not written, that means you have not done. If you have not done your duty, that means you are negligent. So in that cases, especially that Kunal Shah judgment, if you remember, anybody have remember Kunal Shah judgment? This is the first case again where victim was none other than the doctors. The Anuradha Shah was doctor. She died of negligence in one of the West Bengal West Bengal का Emory Institute, एडवांस मेडिकल रिसर्च इंस्टीट्यूट, करोड़ों का टर्नओवर था, वहां पे उनकी डेथ होती है और अल्टीमेटली केस वेंट टू सुप्रीम कोर्ट. 98 का केस सुप्रीम कोर्ट में 2013 में फाइनलाइज हुआ और कंज्यूमर कोर्ट ने जो अवार्ड किया था कंपनसेशन उसको सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने अनाउंस किया. कैन यू इमेजिन व्हाट वाज द अमाउंट? It was 5.6 crore plus interest. Since the filing of the case, total 11.6 crore. अगर डॉक्टर एक केस में इतना देगा तो क्या उसके लिए मतलब वो पैसा जो अर्न किया वो किस लिए किया? क्वालिटी लाइफ के लिए, अपने बच्चों के लिए, या एक केस में देंगे? That is why this topic is very important. So most of the judgment which I read, they where doctor or hospital lost their case due to two reasons. One is informed consent. It is either not taken at all. If taken, not improper. If improper, not signed, which is not legally by the competent person. And medical record. It was not meticulously made. That is why they lost their case in spite of good qualification, experience, and intention. So that is why forensic nursing is important. You have to be, because record is usually made by especially nursing charting and by the nursing staff. So if you are not aware of that, again, अगर डॉक्टर को या हॉस्पिटल को प्रॉब्लम होगी तो अल्टीमेटली सेक्रीफाइस किसका होगा? जो सबऑर्डिनेट. So they will take internal inquiry और आपको सेक्रीफाइस कर देंगे. So that is why you have to have that knowledge. Next, please. So these are three areas. You have to ask this question. You can anytime ask either through email or the feedback received by this during panel discussion. I will answer to next, please. Because मेरे साथ प्रॉब्लम यही है कि अगर आपको नॉलेज हो, मैं जब खुद सेटिस्फाई नहीं होता हूँ तो मैं यूजुअली डिविएट करता हूँ टॉपिक से. एज ए टीचर मुझे लगता है कि अगर मैं जस्टिफाई नहीं कर पाया, यहाँ पे इम्पैथी आता है एक वर्ड जो कि सक्सेस मंत्र है आज के वर्ड. पहले IQ होता था, इंटेलिजेंट क्वेश्चन, which is not under your control. 50% is from mother, 50% from the father, and you can have that IQ from your parents. By hard work, you can multiply, but there are limitations of 24 hours in a day. You cannot go beyond that. But recently in Birdover, it was researched that it is not the IQ, but the emotional question, the spiritual question, in your emotional question. There were a lot of books have been written. So what is that empathy? What is the difference between empathy and sympathy? Are those same thing? No. So being a teacher, if I am a teacher, if I am not realizing my day as a student, what my student want to listen, whether they are understanding what I am delivering, there is no fun in benefiting the student. So empathy, if you want to become a good teacher, you have to become first a student sitting on that side of the chair. Then only you will deliver the good quality education or lecture or the content which are required for the audience. Similarly, as a nursing staff, as a doctor, if you have never remembered your days as a patient, either yourself or any near and dear falling ill, and you just ask what you are expecting from nursing staff, what you are expecting from the doctor, if you are not delivering, in spite of बहुत सारे कारपोरेट हॉस्पिटल है जहाँ पे जो क्लाइंट जाता है इलाइट ग्रुप का जाता है जहाँ पैसे की प्रॉब्लम नहीं है और वो प्योर होके भी आते हैं but the experience with which they are coming is not. So ultimately word of mouth publicity is negative. The hospital losses में जा रहे हैं, बंद हो रहे हैं. Ultimately government realized this when during COVID time. During COVID time, most of the private sector is closed. The whole burden gone to the medical college or district hospital. District hospital भी कुछ नहीं किया, उन्होंने हाथ खड़े कर दिए, वर्क कल्चर नहीं था. मुझे स्टिल याद है अपने बांदा के टाइम 30 से 35 डेथ एक दिन में होती थी सेकंड वेव. छोटी सी जगह बांदा जहां ऑक्सीजन तक नहीं अवेलेबल थी. We spent almost 2 weeks without sleeping, me and my wife, because every call either from the chief minister, medical education minister, DM commissioner, डॉक्टर साहब कुछ करो. हमारी ऑक्सीजन कानपुर से आती थी. These are the empathy which I am sharing. कानपुर से ऑक्सीजन आती थी बांदा, ऑलमोस्ट 5 आवर्स की जर्नी थी. उनकी भी लिमिटेशन थी और जब केसेस ज्यादा बढ़े तो यहाँ पे होता ना रिसोर्सेज की खींचतान जिसको कहते हैं. डीएम ने ऑर्डर करा. डीएम वाज द अंडर डिजास्टर मैनेजमेंट एक्ट. I hope you have heard this word, disaster management act. Again, should be part of the MSc nursing syllabus, because under that you have to manage these emergencies. So that है ना, तो ये स्टूडेंट्स को भी पता होना चाहिए. एपिडेमिक डिजीज एक्ट 1860 का एक्ट था. फर्स्ट टाइम मुझे लगता है एप्लीकेबल हुआ. So कोई भी लॉ ऑब्सोलीट नहीं होता है. लॉ का डिमांड सर्कमस्टांसेस के होता है. एक स्लाइड नेक्स्ट प्लीज. दीज आर द नेक्स्ट प्लीज. इससे पहले वाला these are the some of the these are the area where you can got the opportunity to work. Many of you, even your literature, even your that brochure has mentioned the word forensic science. Ask yourself, I'm not examining you getting to, I'm just giving showing the mirror. जो कि हमारे कंट्रोलर ऑफ एग्जामिनेशन ने कहा था ना कि हम क्या करते हैं, हम आपका मिरर बताते हैं आपने क्या परफॉर्म. तो फॉरेंसिक साइंस और फॉरेंसिक मेडिसिन क्या सेम है? और जब वो नहीं है तो आपको फॉरेंसिक नर्सिंग का भी ज्ञान नहीं होगा. Most of the judges, most of the administrator, they use the word forensic science. Both are different. Forensic word comes from the word forensic, which means forum. In ancient time, forum was the place, marketplace where respected persons collected and take decision on important public issues. So it was a sort of code at that. So from where this word forensic come into picture. So ultimately, aim of forensic is to find out the truth. Whether it is a postmortem में ultimate क्या है, cause of death, how the patient died. If you get the proper cause of death, then only you are able to catch the culprit, accused, or do that. There is two types of autopsy. One is pathological autopsy, another is medico-legal autopsy. Medico-legal autopsy is important for criminal justice, conviction, and pathological autopsy for diagnosis, research. I think only PGI Chandigarh, they are doing pathological. No other institution is doing. Although rules are there, at least 20 to 25% autopsy of all hospital death should be pathological. जब तक आपको यही नहीं पता है कि जिस डायग्नोसिस का, जिस ट्रीटमेंट का आप इलाज कर रहे थे, क्या वही था, वो पोस्टमार्टम से ही पता चलता है. अभी हम लोग देखिए उस स्टेज में आ गए हैं जहां वर्चुअल ऑटोप्सी कर रहे हैं. एम्स ने शुरू कर दिया है without incision. By use of CT scan and MRI, you can have a very good autopsy. So this is how advancement is happening. Your future, those who are planning to opt is very bright. Next, please. So these are the synonyms used for forensic in different countries. State medicine. I think still West Bengal use the state medicine and forensic medicine. Then this is I have already told you forensic word origin. Next, please. This was what happened in 20th century when one of the Lens University in French, one of the professor Edmond Locard, he invented this about the chain of custody, what is popularly known as Locard principle of exchange. What does it mean? It means whenever two things come into contact, they leave their traces with each other. तो क्राइम सीन है, उस क्राइम सीन पे जो भी विजिट करेगा, जो विक्टिम के कांटेक्ट में आएगा, वो कुछ ना कुछ छोड़ के जाता है, मे बी फिंगरप्रिंट, मे बी सम ऑब्जेक्ट which later on may be identified, maybe if it is a firearm, तो बुलेट होगा, बुलेट का अगर फायर टेस्टिंग करेंगे तो हम बुलेट की टाइप, वेट आइडेंटिफाई कर सकते हैं, रेंज पता कर सकते हैं, और डेथ उससे हुई है नहीं. So this is Locard exchange principle used throughout world in criminal justice. And here your role in collection of evidence, properly collected, preservation, and sent to the forensic science laboratory. So this is the forensic science laboratory where forensic scientists are available or where they have job opportunities. It may be Central Forensic Science Laboratory, which are under the government of central government, or state forensic laboratory under control of the state government. And those forensic scientists are पहले तो कोई भी साइंस से किया हो, बायोलॉजी, जूलॉजी, केमिस्ट्री, फिजिक्स, BSc or MSc, they have been appointed. Now MSc forensic science, they have been given opportunity. And till date only one university, national university, come up in the India, and that is National Forensic Science University, Gandhinagar, Ahmedabad. And recently, last year, state of UP under that university opened a national institute, autonomous institute in the Lucknow itself, where you will again got opportunity. And then National Forensic Science University is the pioneer in starting forensic nursing MS. So from there you will have many literature material. Again, they are also in infancy state. We are guiding them because touching body, human body, as a patient or dead body is only right given to the nursing staff or not to other, because right to privacy, right to confidence, right to self-determination under Article 21, they are protected. Here you will get advantage, where non-medical person cannot get that advantage to touch or do anything on the patient. Obviously, consent is needed, not for medical legal, but at least for pathological or live cases which are coming in casualty trauma center. Now concept. Government is planning, especially in UP, integrated trauma care management, where in every medical college there will be 50-bedded trauma care. Every highway have 50 kilometer one trauma center. So lot of again avenues and job opportunities for you, those who are interested, having attitude in dealing with medical legal cases, in addition to your patient care, which is usually taught in your these BSc and GNM also. Next, please. So after that name of that Locard, the Locard exchange principle is applicable. Next. So you may be part of scene of crime. क्योंकि क्राइम तो कहीं पे भी हो सकता है, घर में भी हो सकता है, फील्ड में भी हो सकता है, बात में करके फेंक दिया जाता भी. आपने स्टूडेंट देखे होंगे, दिल्ली में हुआ कि टुकड़ों में बॉडी करके डिफरेंट जगह पे. तो उस समय जो इन्वेस्टिगेशन टीम जाएगी तो ज्यादातर या तो पुलिस वाले होते हैं या फॉरेंसिक साइंटिस्ट होते हैं, ना तो डॉक्टर होता है, जो कि होना चाहिए, एडवांस कंट्री में ऐसा है, या फॉरेंसिक नर्स. तो वहां आप इनको प्रॉपर गाइड कर सकते हैं, क्योंकि ह्यूमन ब्रेन का एक लिमिटेशन है, उससे ज्यादा आप रिटेन नहीं कर सकते. दैट इज व्हाई देयर इज ए ग्रोथ ऑफ एवरी ब्रांच. आप देखो ना, फॉरेंसिक नर्सिंग की जरूरत क्यों फील हुई, या फॉरेंसिक मेडिसिन का मैं जो बता रहा हूँ, जब हम लोगों ने भी कोशिश की IFM के थ्रू कि हर डिस्ट्रिक्ट पे एक फॉरेंसिक मेडिसिन एक्सपर्ट कम से कम होना चाहिए जो पोस्टमार्टम करेगा. पोस्टमार्टम कौन कर रहा है? MBBS डॉक्टर, एमबीबीएस डॉक्टर को क्या पढ़ाया गया है पोस्टमार्टम के बारे में? कुछ भी नहीं. एंड दैट इज व्हाई दे आर नॉट डूइंग एनीथिंग. तो अल्टीमेटली लॉस किसका हो रहा है? सोसाइटी का, क्योंकि कन्विक्शन नहीं हो रहा. कन्विक्शन नहीं हो रहा तो आपका फेथ जुडिशियल सिस्टम से खत्म हो रहा है. जब फेथ नहीं हो रहा है तो आप फ्रस्ट्रेट होकर क्या कर रहे हो? यू आर टेकिंग लॉ एंड ऑर्डर इन योर हैंड. आप खुद क्राइम कर रहे हो, क्योंकि और कोई ऑप्शन ही नहीं है. दैट इज व्हाई दिस ब्रांच इज इंपॉर्टेंट. This is the fusion of between two things, medicine and law. You should have knowledge of medicine, all subject. मैं ऑनरली ये कहता हूं कि फॉरेंसिक मेडिसिन, बीइंग ए फॉरेंसिक मेडिसिन, क्योंकि मैंने मेडिकल नेग्लिजेंस के हर सब्जेक्ट के केस को देखा है, मुझसे ज्यादा उस सब्जेक्ट के डॉक्टर को नहीं पता. सिमिलरली नर्सिंग में जब आप आओगे तो आपको हर सब्जेक्ट, जहां जहां वार्ड है, पोस्टिंग है, डिपार्टमेंट है, आपकी सब जगह पोस्टिंग हो, तो सबकी फेयर नॉलेज होनी चाहिए. देन यू आर एबल टू डू जस्टिस विद दिस ब्रांच. एंड आई एम श्योर, आई एम शेयरिंग, आई हैव डन एलएलबी, लेटर ऑन आई हैव डन एमबीबीएस एंड एमडी. अगर आपको अपॉर्चुनिटी मिले कि आपको इनमें से क्या एक करना है, तो ऑब्वियसली योर फर्स्ट चॉइस विल बी डॉक्टर. मोस्ट ऑफ देम आप अभी भी पूछ लीजिए, अदरवाइज तो ये प्राइवेट कॉलेज क्यों चल रहे होते. पैसा जिसके पास है वो प्राइवेट में एडमिशन करा रहा है. अदरवाइज आप नंबर ऑफ स्टूडेंट अपियरिंग इन नीट, यू जस्ट गो थ्रू. बट what respect I got as a knowledge of law, I have not got as a doctor. अभी देखिए वायलेंस के केस कितने हो. अभी राजस्थान में हुआ था कोटा में, डॉक्टर अर्चना शर्मा. She was a very gold medalist, associate professor, resigned, working in his own hospital. Husband was psychiatrist. Patient death occur after PPH, which is a natural cause. Ultimately, they lost FIR under section 302, murder, which is not permissible by law. Jacob Matthew judgment of 2005 in your favor, medical profession. कि आपके अगेंस्ट एफआईआर हो ही नहीं सकती बिना मेडिकल बोर्ड के ओपिनियन. और सिर्फ नोबडी इज नोइंग दैट अल्टीमेटली डॉक्टर अंडर प्रेशर कि उसको जेल जाना पड़ेगा, ट्रॉमा सी कमिटेड सुसाइड. अल्टीमेटली लॉट ऑफ यूएन ट्राई थ्रू आउट द इंडिया, बहुत प्रोटेस्ट किया. और हर स्टेट में आपके प्रोटेक्शन के लिए कोई एक्ट है, किसी को पता है? जस्ट रेज योर हैंड. हैव यू एनी आइडिया? दिस इज द प्रॉब्लम. आपकी वुमेन प्रोटेक्शन के लिए एन नंबर ऑफ एक्ट है. आप डाउरी प्रोविजन से स्टार्ट करिए, और अभी जो लेटेस्ट हुआ है पॉक्सो, प्रिवेंशन ऑफ सेक्सुअल ऑफेंस अगेंस्ट चाइल्ड एक्ट 2012, सेक्सुअल हरेसमेंट ऑफ वुमेन एट वर्क प्लेस 2013, विसाखा गाइडलाइन इन 1997. अब इसको मैं कैसे कोरिलेट करता हूं? आप थ्रेट है आपको सपोज किसी से, और आपको मैंने एक गन दे दी जो लाइसेंस गन है कि इसको आपके पास रखना और अपनी सेल्फ डिफेंस में यूज कर सकते. बट यू हैव नो करेज टू फायर, सो व्हाट दैट गन विल डू फॉर? हियर नॉलेज कम्स टू कि कानून तो सरकार ने बना दिए. निर्भया के बाद देखिए ना, सेक्शन 375 में बहुत सारे अमेंडमेंट बदले. उस अमेंडमेंट से आप अब इवन डॉक्टर्स के लिए भी बहुत थ्रेट हो. बहुत सारे फेक केसेस फाइल हुए कि आपने अगर कैथेटर भी इंसर्ट किया बिना कंसेंट के, बिना इंडिकेशन के, दैट अमाउंट्स टू रेप. डूइंग पर वेजाइनल एग्जामिनेशन अमाउंट टू रेप. सो लॉ की दोनों चीजें होती है. इट इज अ डबल एजेड स्वॉर्ड. इट विल बी बेनिफिशियल, इट मे बी अगेंस्ट यू. सो अगर वो सारे एक्ट हो गए, उसके बाद भी क्राइम वुमेन के अगेंस्ट बढ़ रहा है. डोमेस्टिक वायलेंस एक्ट 2005, we are in 2023. How many of you are aware of that? If you are not aware, who will protect you? Because until unless somebody come forward to defend case or file FIR, what the government will do? Government cannot provide police person to every house or every hospital. So that is why after that violence act in every state, still cases of violence are reported throughout the country, including in the state of UP. और डिमांड क्या थी कि भाई एक सेंट्रल एक्ट बनाओ. हमारे मिनिस्टर साहब हर्षवर्धन जी कानपुर से ही थे. उन्होंने कोशिश की 12-13 में, करते करते 18 तक फाइनल बिल बना, लेकिन अल्टीमेटली वो रिफ्यूज कर दिया गया. क्योंकि अगर वो बन जाएगा तो सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट को इम्प्लीमेंट करना पड़ेगा. लॉ एंड ऑर्डर स्टेट गवर्नमेंट का सब्जेक्ट है. ये जो मैं बोल रहा हूँ ये क्या, यही हमारा लॉ है और कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ऑफ इंडिया, जिसकी आपको नॉलेज होनी चाहिए. इसमें आपके सिलेबस में लिखा होगा फंडामेंटल राइट्स, ह्यूमन राइट्स. मेडिकल प्रोफेशन एक ऐसा है जिसमें एक डॉक्टर या नर्स को आप हाई कोर्ट में भी केस कर सकते हैं, सुप्रीम कोर्ट में भी केस कर सकते हैं, कंज्यूमर कोर्ट डिस्ट्रिक्ट से लेके स्टेट और नेशनल कंज्यूमर कोर्ट में केस कर सकते हैं, आप वुमेन राइट कमीशन में केस कर सकते हैं, स्टेट पे भी नेशनल लेवल पे आप उसके अगेंस्ट ह्यूमन राइट कमीशन में भी केस कर सकते हैं, नेशनल लेवल पे भी स्टेट लेवल। आपको याद हो हाथरस वाला कांड जो हुआ था जिसमें नाइट में बॉडी डिस्पोज ऑफ कर दी गई थी, नेशनल ह्यूमन राइट कमीशन का इनटू पिक्चर अल्टीमेटली who is at the back end or back foot? Doctor and nurses, because you are not aware of your rights. So that is why this branch is very important. Dynamic nature of medicine law. Again, that is why I am saying attitude. If you have no attitude to learn new things, you have no attitude to devote time to research work or learning, again there is no fun in joining that branch. Why? Every time new drugs are coming, न्यू डिजीजेज आर कमिंग, कोविड आया, कितने वेरिएंट आ गए, अगर हमने उसको रिसर्च नहीं किया, हमने पढ़ा नहीं, हमने उसको पेशेंट के लिए वैक्सीन नहीं डेवलप किया, तो आप क्या करोगे कुछ, और आपके टाइम पे जो पढ़ाया गया था वो ऑब्सलीट हो चुका है। सिमिलरली लॉ जो है अकॉर्डिंग टू सर्कमस्टांसेस न्यू लॉ इज कमिंग, जैसे भी राइट टू हेल्थ एक्ट राजस्थान इज द फर्स्ट स्टेट, दे ब्रॉट, सारे डॉक्टर उसको अपोज कर रहे थे, प्रोटेस्ट कर रहे थे, अल्टीमेटली क्या हुआ आप बताओ, क्या वो राइट? आई एम नॉट गिविंग एनी पॉलिटिकल स्टेटमेंट, आई एम एकेडमिशियन, आई एम डिस्कसिंग बिफोर ए इंटेलेक्चुअल गैदरिंग,